Hi. So the World Economic Forum Global Risk Report came out recently, I think last month, where they put out everything, all the major risks that the world faces in the next 5 to 10 years. This is an interesting document. It is 100 plus pages. So I really wanted to get into it, but again, as you can see, like this is very hard to read and make sense of. Right. So I'm going to use a bit of AI here to understand this. Right. I'll just make like uh, a brain here and then try to make sense of this report. Volume from Global Risk Report, system message, an intelligent personal assistant. That is it. Let's create this brain very quickly. Let's drop that file here. Let me see. Global Risks Report. Yeah, this is the document that I had. Let's see how long or how quickly can it get indexed. Okay, just started indexing. This is good. Mm, Let me just uh, wait for it. Let's see. Let's see. Can I start chatting with it right away? No, almost there. Almost there. Okay, wait few seconds. And let's see. It's a 100-page document. Let's just look at some of the interesting content, table of content. So that the world in 2025, path to 2027, geopolitical recession, economic tensions, polarization, structural pollution is a big issue. I really care about this. Losing control of biotech, super aging societies. Nice, right? So these are interesting concepts. Let's now start looking at. Okay, this is indexed correctly. Let's now start looking at the report. As usual, I'll start with one of my favorite prompts to get a good question. Give me good questions to extract the most from this document. Right? Let's go. Let's see. Okay, what are top global risks identified in the report in the next 1, 2, and 10 years? Okay, this is a good question. Just to get started, I think that this one is a good question. Which risk categories are expected to be most severe in the next decade? Yes, I would like to know this as well. Risk preparedness and governance, economic and geopolitical risks, technology and AI related risks. Nice. Environmental and societal risk. Okay, so all the categories now, the questions specific to each category. Okay, yeah, I think 7 set of questions. I think we can just get started very quickly with the first one. Let me see. What are top risks and the next? So yeah, as usual, I like to start new questions in a new chat. So it helps me maintain context and make sense of separate topics or separate questions and the answers that come out of it. Right. So the global risk report, immediate present material crisis, a state-based armed conflict, extreme weather events, geo-economic confrontation, misinformation and disinformation, societal polarization, economic lack of economic opportunity and employment, inequality. Okay, short term, next 2 to 5 years. Okay, extreme weather events. Okay, cyber espionage, pollution, inequality. Okay, biodiversity. Okay, natural resources, societal fair. Okay, key insight. Extreme weather events remain the top risk across all time frames. Geopolitical risks are high impact risks in the short term, but are overtaken by environmental and technological risk in the long term. Okay, misinformation risks such as adverse outcomes of AI become more significant in the long term. Okay, this is interesting. Tell me more about the adverse outcomes of AI. And I will do like a new brain, the search from scratch again inside the document. Outcomes of AI, about this. Yeah, let's see. Societal polarization, major societal tasks. Okay. Adverse outcomes of AI technologies. Misinformation and disinformation. Yeah. AI, especially generative AI, is increasingly used to create false or misleading content. Yeah, I've just came across one video today which was used. I'm not going to describe that video, but yeah, it was major. And when I looked at it for the first time, I said, "Oh my God, these are real Hollywood celebrities who are saying this." And then there was like some community notes or some people who pointed out that this is AI generated, and they were looking at proof in the video of why that video is doctored or it's AI generated and it's not real, and it's because like some of the people in the video had like six fingers or they had a different hairstyle, which I think AI will with time get better at, and it'll be harder and harder to figure out real content from false content or misleading content. Societal polarization and political instability, algorithmic bias and ethical issues. This is important. AI's role in cybersecurity, AI-powered cyber attacks, economic and workforce. This another set of questions, right? Let me see which one do we like here? Okay, which are the biggest economic risks? Yeah, let's go with the biggest economic risks identified in the report. Economic risks are debt, okay, public, uh, okay, asset bubble burst. Yeah, asset bubble. Significant long-term economic risk is particularly in periods of elevated valuations. Economic downturn, again, recession and stagnation, inflation, labor and talent shortage, lack of economic opportunity and employment, crime and illicit economic activity. Okay, let's ask about the asset bubble burst. Right, let's see more about the asset bubble burst, and I'll again do a new brain search. So it will go through and look for at the word asset bubble burst anywhere in the report, and then tell me how impact the economy. Prices of various assets such as housing, investment funds, stocks, and cryptocurrency. Sudden and severe drop in demand prices causing financial instability. Nice. Speculative excess liquidity, external stocks, external shocks. Okay, historical trends. Okay, during and after the 2007-8 financial crisis, asset bubble bursts were among the highest ranked risks. In the years following, as the global economy stabilized, its ranking declined sharply. However, in recent years, elevated valuation in several asset classes. Yeah, so basically everything is getting more and more expensive. Valuations are on the rise. So that is why like asset bubble burst has become one of the big risks coming up. Risk mitigation strategies, financial instruments and regulatory measures, stronger financial oversight, monetary policy adjustment, diversification of the investment. Nice. Let me do another set of questions. Let's look at the most pressing environmental resources. Actually, instead of the first one, let's go in the second one, right? How does the report assess the impact of natural resources shortages on global stability? So we know natural resources are going to be short, but how will that impact global stability? Let's see. Okay, so multiple interconnect. Okay, there are multiple interconnected risks. Shortage of food, water, and other critical resources can lead to food and water insecurity at a local regional levels. Nice. Exacerbation of army conflict engines, uh, economic and social instability, environmental climate related risk, increase in migration and humanitarian crisis. Okay, tell me more. I want to know about this. Tell me more about uh, uh, in migration and humanitarian crisis and what are suggested. So yeah, I also want to see like what recommendations are being made to fix particular specific things. Migration as okay, conflict and armed violence, state-based armed conflict, proxy wars, coups, and intrastate violence, economic hardship and inequality, climate change comes back again. Okay, unemployment, lack of economic opportunity, strategies to prevent migration crisis. Okay, strengthening multilateral regional governance. Okay, support multilateral institutions like the UN, World Bank, regional organization. Yeah, this is nice. Expand the role of regional organization in managing migration and conflict prevention. Interesting. Encourage international cooperation, obviously. Invest in job creation, education, and vocational training in high migration regions to provide economic opportunities, right? So if there's high migration happening in a particular place, invest more in education and training and making sure to give the people jobs in places where they already live, right? Sort of makes sense. A lot of this is just very logical things. I don't know why people don't actually implement all of this. Humanitarian aid and funding, worsening the humanitarian crisis in complex multidimensional challenge, the need for international cooperation, economic investment. Fair, fair, fair. We'll do one more, right? Global risk perception survey conducted in what is oh yeah, this yeah I like some data. Executive opinion survey. So should we go with the global risk perception survey or the executive opinion survey? Okay, let's go with the executive opinion survey. Let's see. Provided several key insight national risk perception. The survey gathered responses from over 11,000 business leaders in 121 economies. Interesting. This is good like survey data. So this is what business leaders think. Uh, okay. Let it finish. Let it come to the end. Downturn, economic downturn is a top global risk. Global economic downturn ranks the most significant risk. Okay. 5 regions, including Latin America, Caribbean, Northern America, Oceania, and Southeast Asia. 25 countries, including the US, UK, Brazil, Kenya, Malaysia, identified economic downturn as it. This is so interesting. The United States, as well as Kenya and Brazil and Malaysia, like this is such a diverse set of countries, all of who have identified economic downturn as their major risk. Uh, okay, Brunei, Darussalam, unemployment, lack of opportunity, captivate, poverty, inequality, Honduras, and okay, Indonesia. Nice. This is powerful. This is very useful. Especially because this is very specific information that I'm able to extract and understand, right? If I would have gone through that 100-page PDF, right, I would have never actually, like, I would not have reached page 3 or 4. I would have given up and I would not have known any of this, right? I think we are good here. Let me ask like one last question, which I like to ask the AI. Again, one of my prompts which I've saved, which is the executive summary prompt about the global risks. This document. Don't elaborate on a point for too long. Keep it short and crisp. I have to make a one-page document for my bosses, so keep it short so I can print it and hand it over to them. Instead of global risk, I just go economic risks because I think there's just too many and it can get too diverse. I just want to fix and just talk about in one page just about take risks. Right. Let's see how it goes. Uh, Economic risk low ratio, very cool. Uh, Inflation perceived as a less of a concern than 2024, but remains a risk. Uh, Very cool. Can I do an export? Yeah, I can do an export it as a PDF. And nice executive summary. Economic research generally declining in ranking compared to previous, but remain critical area. Downward inflation, public-private debt, labor, crime, energy supplies, asset bubble burst, disruptions. Very cool. So this is it. 104 pages report. I was able to have a decent conversation with it and get a bunch of insights. I'll do this again. I'll do this more. Cheers. Hope this is useful. Have a nice time. Bye.